Let y'all see what I got going on. Which it ain't bad. Knock this on out the way. I'll sit that right there. Right there. I don't think nothing in here. Well, on this side, I see she do have. She got a dog. I'm just gonna stick all this in here. Let y'all get the first person view of what I got going on. Throwing all that in there. Leave that right there. I think I left it at the house. That blower, which I did. I ain't gonna really need it. Yeah, all that stuff was right there. I had to move it. When I did that, what's the name? I just got finished cutting grass, so yeah, I moved it and put it right there, so I get the lawnmower now. Yeah, with this right here, it's just a wipe down. That's all I do with this one. Just a wipe down. Wipe down, vacuum, you know. Ain't nothing too out the way. See, I like cars like this right here. They ain't too bad. See, I do this once a month, so it's pretty clean for the most part. See, I gotta go back over that. See, all that's in there, I ain't even gonna mess with that like that. And see, once I get ready to vacuum, I get my brush and go off in there while I vacuum, get all that up. See, I should have brought my tent. But I said to myself, you know, I ain't gonna be out here that long. Probably about an hour, hour and a half. To be honest, hopefully not even that long. Not no hour and a half. say about an hour. Try to be out here about an hour. Yeah, we can do an hour, that's great. See, I gotta get my brush. See, I left my blower at the house cause I was using that on the truck. See, I gotta get all that out. Yeah, I used the blower on my truck the other day. And see, the vacuum and the brushes to get that up. That's why I really ain't even worried about it like that, you know. I really ain't. But once I get that vacuum and them brushes, or that brush, yeah, that's a wrap. I had to make sure y'all was still recording. See, that about what? Almost 10 minutes. I'm just about finished with this part. The only thing I gotta do is just vacuum, which the vacuum gonna be easy. Yeah, vacuum ain't gonna be nothing. Oh, I see that back in there. I thought that was like some plastic off of some. Well, some plastic on the like a to-go. I mean, some fast food stuff. That's what I thought it was. Well, knock that on out the way. This is an electric start. I just don't have the battery in here. Let me lock the wheel. There you go. Yeah, I just don't have the battery. Close that. Grab my knee pads. You out here working with these cars, I suggest you get a knee pad. Save your legs, for real. Don't be out here raw dogging. Don't be out here raw dogging your knees. You get older, you gonna need them. See, I like that. See, that hair come up good. Some vehicles, that hair stay in them. 30 minutes right there. Just doing that. Now we're about to start the wash. So I said, like I said, about an hour. Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's gonna take about an hour. Still gotta work on my setup, but sure, for the most part, it's doing what it's supposed to do, so I ain't complaining. I'm able to take care of what I gotta take care of. As long as I can do that, that's all that matters. Come on. There we go. Yes, sir. And see, let me go ahead and start this real quick. And see, this is a maintenance detail, so I ain't got to do all that scrubbing because it's pretty much being seen on a regular basis, and it's not too bad. It's not that dirty. I spray this on there, let it sit for like a minute, spray it off, tire's done. So I ain't gotta do too much. I ain't gotta scrub or nothing, because it's pretty much already clean. See, look at that, that's how clean. It ain't dirty. I spray that on there. All that coming out. You can see it coming out. Look at all that dirt right there coming off. That's what I say. I ain't got to scrub that. I just let that sit. You see that just falling off. All that just falling off. Spray that, and then we on to the wash. I like this nozzle too. Let's see, is this a... Oh, that's not the one. Okay. See, that's all I do. All that dirt coming off. And that's just for maintenance. That ain't for everybody. Like if I do a basic detail, oh, of course I'm gonna scrub the tires, but I ain't gotta scrub the tires on this one because it's a maintenance. See all that dirt coming off? Look at that. Look at that. All that dirt. Like I said, this is maintenance, so I ain't got to do all that scrubbing. You see all that dirt just coming off. See? Now we done did that. Now we're gonna spray it off to get it cool. Gotta cool it off before we put the soap on it. See, this gonna be the side I use, or this gonna be the side that I spray off. I mean, this gonna be the side that I clean first because it's in direct sun. Just spraying it to get it cool. See all this right here, pretty much in the shade. So I'm gonna do all this last. But over there in the sun, I'm gonna knock that out first. I'm gonna get that out the way first. Start on this. Start this one first. Let's say, dang, you watching in direct sunlight? Yeah, if you know what you're doing. You gotta keep moving. You can't just sit in one spot. Yeah, you gotta keep it moving. You cannot just sit in one spot. And always keep it wet. I mean, that's just how I do it. See, now I'm gonna start over here on this side since it's in direct sunlight. I should have left that up. See, I ain't got a lot of scrubbing to do because I see it on a monthly basis, so it ain't like it's dirty. See, all that's coming up. See what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and get the top of it, and then come back and spray this side. So I'm trying to get the areas that the sun is making contact with. Go ahead and clean them first and get that out the way. Go and get that out the way first. Like I said, this is maintenance. This ain't no a big detail. I mean, it's still a detail. It's still a detail. It's just not as detailed. like I said, it's maintenance. I see it once a month. See, go ahead and spray that on. See, now that side sprayed off. Now all I gotta do is just the back and the driver's side. But in the meantime, I still come over here and I spray this off because you don't want to let that get dry. I ain't gotta work as fast now because all this is in the shade. But at the same time, you know, you still gotta work a little fast because this side right here, you feel me? You don't want that to dry. See, only thing we gotta do now is just this whole side right here. That's it. Then we'll get the drying and door jams, which on the maintenance, I don't really do door jams, but since it don't take long to clean the vehicle, I do the door jams anyway. You know, they let the customer know, you know, on the maintenance, he don't really supposed to do no door jams, but he did my door jams. You feel me? See, that makes them feel good about my services, and they let them know, you know, I'm taking care of them. You feel me? And see, I go back over and wet it so it won't be just dry. You want it to stay wet. See, spray all this off. Come over here. Spray all that off. That's what I do. That's what I use right here. Turtle wax. I go over, spray the car. You ain't gotta spray too much. Just spray it on there. And you'll see the difference. You see how it is now. The water just, you know, it's beating up. But at the same time, it's sitting on there. But still. Now watch this. I do that. go back over it with the water. You see how it turn, you see how it changing? That's that wax. That way it ain't gonna get as dry as quick. See, you can see the difference already. Look at that. You see how the water just sliding off it? That's how it's supposed to be. See, we done now. See? Shit, we done. All I gotta do is just dry it. Now why, look at that. Look how easy that is to dry. Thought that was that weed. Oh shoot. He got a motor on that for real. I thought that was a weed eater. Now you see how easy it is for this thing to dry? It's drying real easy. Look at that. Like I said, I dry the side that's in direct sunlight first. I get that out the way, because you don't want that water to sit on there. But at the same time, I done sprayed it with that wax. You feel me? So that wax gonna buy you a couple more minutes to let it sit on there compared to just plain water. Now look at that. And that's just wiping it. I said I've been wiping this about a good minute, maybe 2 minutes, and that whole side dry. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back. That way I ain't gotta come back this way. But usually I'll go ahead and get the top. Go ahead and knock that out the way. But like I said, that wax give you some time. That wax give you some time to work. Look at that. Knock that out the way. Look at that. Knock that out the way. And I still got a whole nother side of the towel that I can use. See, I ain't wrung it out no nothing. Look at that. I still got a whole side of the towel. Matter of fact, look, I'm about to switch it over now. This whole side dry. Now look. I ain't wrung it out yet. Y'all seen it. I ain't wrung this towel out not one time. And I done drive this whole car with one towel. See that? I drive this car with one towel. I ain't wrung it out yet. So now that we done did that, YouTube, yeah, I'm back. I apologize. I was sitting there talking and everything. My phone went hot. So it's a good thing I finished, you know, everything up when I did. You know, after it cut off, I said I did about another 20 minutes. I had to dry the tires, dry the rim tires, wipe the door jambs, and do the windows. So it took me about 20 more minutes after I got finished, after it cut off. Another 20 minutes to do what I need to do. I ain't my water backed up. But yeah, as y'all see, that's what I do. I'm a mobile detailer. You know, let me turn this up. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so now I'm done for the day. About to go get me some lunch. Take me a shower, eat my lunch, then go in the car ride along and wait on my kids to get out of school. But yeah, that's what I do when I do a maintenance detail, which I basically did a lot for maintenance, because for my maintenance, I usually just wipe the front areas. I don't do the whole car, because, you know, it's maintenance. You don't need the whole car. You just need the front two seats wiped down and stuff like that. But yeah, with hers, you know, I've been dealing with her since the beginning, since I started. You know, she good people. She look out. So yeah, I make sure I take care of her. Straight y'all up for a little minute. But yeah, I make sure I take care of her, because she look out for me. She been keeping me in business. And I think she see that, you know, I do more than a maintenance on her vehicle, because why my hair itch? I gotta wash my hair. But yeah, she see I do more than a maintenance on her vehicle, because, you know, I'm pretty sure she don't went on my website and seen what all her maintenance consists of. But she see I do door jams, she see I do her back, wipe her doors, all this stuff. So yeah. So that was today. Like I said, I'm headed to the house. I'm done for the day. I get to chill, get ready for tomorrow. I got two I gotta do tomorrow, which I gotta do a basic detail on a Mustang, and gotta cut grass tomorrow. So yeah, got that on out the way, and you know, keep it hustling, keep it hustling. That's my skin. I said keep it hustling. Keep it hustling. For real. Hey, I ain't detailing, I'm trying to mow grass. If I ain't mowing grass, I'm trying to sell cars. If I ain't selling cars, I'm working on cars. So yeah. This is top. I'll holler at y'all later. I gotta let my phone cool off. My phone was too hot. So I'll give it y'all later.